Hi, and welcome to this explanation of graphing inequalities. We're going to look at an example which is question 18 from a recent exam, and we're going to see how to isolate y and then how to use that inequality to graph that line and the solution set on a coordinate plane. So first things first, as we might be familiar when looking at equations dealing with lines, we have something called slope-intercept form, which is in the form of y equals mx plus b. With inequalities, it's still helpful to try to rearrange our equation to get y by itself. So what would be the first step here to try to get y by itself? If you said add 1/4 x to both sides, then you are correct. So to get y by itself, since we have minus 1/4 x, we have to add 1/4 x to both sides of our inequality, and that will give us y is less than 1/4 x plus 2. So this is the inequality that we are going to try to graph on our coordinate plane. Let's take a look at how that works. First, what's the y-intercept in this equation? If you said positive 2, you are correct. So we're going to mark off 2 points, and we know that we have a value right there of where our line is going to cross the y-axis. Now, we have to take a look at our slope. And our slope is 1/4. Your slope is always the coefficient in front of that x term in your equation or in your inequality in this case. So for our slope, remember, slope is rise over run. So that means we're going to go up 1 and to the right 4. So if we mark off those points, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we would have a point here, which our line crosses through. And this line, because we have less than value, rather than less than or equal to, our line is going to be dashed. And that's a key point there, is that your line is only solid if it's less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. But if it's just less than or if it's just greater than, we need to represent that with a dashed line. So here's an approximation for the line that we're going to have. And if you use a straight edge on your exams, it oftentimes helps you keep your lines as accurate as possible. We can see that the line I've drawn here isn't perfectly straight, but hopefully we get the idea accurately enough to understand conceptually that we plot 2 points and then we connect those to make our line. And it's always helpful and oftentimes can lead to extra points on your questions if you just keep track of the coordinate values that you have on a line. So my recommendation would be go ahead and write in the coordinates that you have. This one was 0, 2 for the intercept, and this one we were over 4 and up 3, so that point would be 4, 3. Just writing in coordinates shows that you've actually solved the question accurately. Now we have to decide which side of our line to fill in for our solution set. So there are 2 ways to do this. You can always pick a point and plug in the coordinates of that point into the equation to see if it holds true. And if it does, then you know that that point would be included in your solution set, and you should fill in that part of your graph. My recommendation that I think makes this process a little bit easier because there's less math work that we have to do and less chance of making a careless mistake is just to take a look at the equation once we've gotten y by itself. And if it's less than, then that means your solution set is going to be below the line. So in this equation, in this inequality, y is less than 1/4 x plus 2. So since it's less than, we're going to fill in below. And our solution set will be this dashed line and a filled in graph with everything below it shaded in for the correct answer. If you have additional questions, please feel free to leave comments and let me know what additional content you'd like to see covered. Otherwise, check out our other videos, and hopefully you can get a taste for how to graph inequalities from this example. Thanks for watching.